This is Justin Gemino from DragonBlogger.com, and I'm here unboxing the Superbpag laptop cooling pad. Now, one thing I wanted to see about this laptop cooling pad is if it had longer clamps, and obviously because it has 5 fans in it, I wanted to see if it produced more airflow than the other cooling pad. One cooling pad I'm going to be replacing this with is this Cold Player laptop cooling pad, which is a single fan cooling pad, which I liked. It's a decent cooling pad, but these clips right here, they're sturdy, but they're kind of short. And so the Asus ROG and the Acer Inspire laptops, actually the Acer Aspire laptops, are actually thick enough that they hang off the pad and they slide off the cooling pad when it's in a tilted fashion. So this cooling pad actually only works for super thin laptops. It doesn't work for thicker gaming laptops because the clamps aren't thick enough. So one thing I wanted to make sure of was the Superbpag cooling pad had thicker clamps. You wouldn't think about the clamps holding the laptop up, but that's actually very important, especially when you have a thicker laptop. So the first thing you notice when I take this thing out of the box, this unboxing here, is how large this pad is with the 5 fans. You can see this is a full pad capable of supporting a 17-inch laptop. This pad, obviously, for 15-inch laptops. So of course you can use a larger pad for a small laptop. Just consider your surface area that the pad takes up. So we've got 5 individual fans here, a large central fan, and 4 smaller fans that surround it. You've got your clamps on the bottom here, which pop up. And if I had to measure them against the other pad, they do seem to come up a little more. I'm actually going to put the Acer Aspire V15 on this thingy and then record showing what it looks like on that next to make sure it doesn't slide off. And you can see this cooling pad, see if it has USB port passed through on the back, which really means one USB port to power the pad, and you get that USB port back. It also has what appears to be a airflow control speed switch here. I can hear that click for off and on, and then you could adjust up the fan speed up and down, which is nice. I like laptop cooling pads where you can have the fans go faster or slower, such as, you know, during the day when you're gaming, you're active, you set it on maximum fan, you don't mind the noise, but at night, you know, you could just turn the fan volume down or even off, so that way it doesn't make noise at night. So that's always a nice touch. They also include a USB plug to plug the fan into your USB hub or laptop or things like that. So not that much extra to include there. Now, as far as tilt angle, you can see this one has a little stand on the bottom that comes out. And like most laptop pads, it has various adjustable angles here. You get a lot of various settings to choose from as far as how much you want to tilt. But maximum tilt is this right here. So it doesn't tilt as high as the other one. The maximum tilt, I would say, what angle is that? Let's see if I can tell what the tilt angle is. I don't got any product docs. There's no product documentation. There's no information about the actual tilt angles or product documentation on laptop cooling pad. So they didn't really include that. I'll have to check on the Amazon product page, and I'll put that in the description of the video. So I can't tell you exactly the angle, but I can tell you this much. It definitely doesn't have as much of a tilt angle as the other laptop cooling pad, which has a higher tilt angle than this one. Now that's okay. I didn't think it needed to be too tilted, but some people want more of a tilt in the laptop cooling pad. But I'll go ahead and plug this thing in here and turn on, see how much airflow we get. Let's see if this thing can be powered by USB hubs. Some of them require you to actually plug into the PC. A hub can't produce enough power. But in this one, I could see the lights came on right away. Let me test for max airflow here. You can see it's glowing. I don't know if you can hear it. Even on max setting, it's not that loud, but you hear a little bit of clicking. And the airflow that I feel is, so holding my hand off of the laptop pad, I feel airflow about this high off of it. A nice cooling breeze I can feel definitely much stronger than the single cooling fan of the other laptop pad. As far as what difference it's going to make when I run CPU mark and I run load testing to see how the cooling works and see if it makes a difference, I'll test it with the laptop on, laptop off, and see if it makes any measurable difference. Now again, some laptops, if they vent out the back or they vent out the sides, underneath pads don't work as well. But generally a good laptop cooling pad will really help a laptop when it comes to overheating. Plus I like the tilt, because for those of you who like to have your laptop screen a little higher at a better angle, if you use your screen all day long, and typing at an angle might be easier. So this is the 5-fan Superbpag laptop cooling pad, designed for 15 to 17-inch laptops. I like that as an adjustable dial. It seems to provide a lot of airflow, a lot more than my other cooling pad. The clamps look larger. I'm going to go ahead and put my Acer Inspire, or my son's Acer Inspire, on it and make sure it doesn't slide off and see how it looks. Thank you. Okay, so we've got that Superbpag laptop cooling pad, the 5-fan cooling pad, under the Acer Aspire V15 Nitro, and you could see right here where the clamps are, the clamps come all the way up to the top of the laptop. There is no sliding the laptop off of this pad. The other cooling pad I was using, these clamps probably came down about a 1/4 of an inch, and the laptop was prone to being sliding off. So if you rested your wrists on the laptop, it could slide the laptop right off the pad. You could see, even though the Acer 15 is a 15-inch laptop, it almost fills up the entire cooling pad. You can only see a little bit of the cooling pad sticking out of the top here. You can also see all 5 fans are pretty much covering the entire bottom of the pad. You could hardly hear the volume of the laptop cooling pad on maximum speed. The airflow feels pretty nice. Probably could go a little faster, but you get more volume out of that. But so far so nice. The angle's pretty good too, as far as the max angle. So we'll let it burn in for 30 days or so, because I've had laptop cooling pads actually burn out or start making noise with their ball bearings not working after several weeks. So the Superbpag laptop cooling pad with 5 fans will sit, let it actively be in use. 30 days, I'll let it soak in constant use, make sure there's no issues with it. I'll run some CPU mark tests and some stress tests just to see if it provided any difference as far as the heat distribution and keeping the laptop cooler. But I definitely can feel the airflow coming out the side. I can feel the airflow coming out the back. It definitely had a lot more power with its 5 fans and its higher airflow speed than with the old laptop cooling pad I was using. Thank you for watching.